What's up, friends? Welcome back to 9 3/4. It's Carissa here, and I'm super excited to be bringing you another collaboration with one of my best friends here on YouTube, Alyssa, aka Celtic Fairy Tarot. You guys already know if you've been here for a bit. This is our third one now, I think, and I absolutely love her, and I know you guys do too. If you are new here, you guys will love her, trust me. But I absolutely love Alyssa. She's incredible. Her energy is amazing. She's a beautiful reader. She's an incredible channeler. And please go ahead and check out her channel, which I drop down below. She's absolutely amazing. I love her so much. Her energy, everything. You guys will totally vibe with her, promise. She's absolutely magical and incredible, promise. Anyways, we are bringing you inner child reading, how your inner child sees you. So for me in particular, I'm tapping in mostly to how your inner child sees you. I believe Alyssa's doing the same, and I don't really touch on who your inner child is in terms of your reading because I really wanted to focus more on how your inner child sees you. So keep that in mind. And I have 4 groups for you to choose from today, and you can pick based on the squishy, based on the card, based on the timestamp, whatever floats your boat. But know that these cards were shuffled out, not picked. So just for your, just so that you know, this is just how it happened to shuffle out, and we're gonna go ahead and show you them now. So starting off with group 1, I did my best to cover. We have the Panda and this beautiful card. Group 2, you have the alien on this beautiful card. Group 3, the dog in this beautiful card. And group 4, the octopus or the baby taco on this beautiful card. So as usual, you guys take all the time you need, pause the video if you need to, and I will drop the timestamps down below and meet you at your reading. Don't forget to check out Alyssa's video too after or before, whichever one you feel called to, and that's also linked below, and I will see you at your reading. Hey group 1, if you chose the panda bear or this beautiful card, welcome. I'm just going to talk a teensy bit about who your inner child is because our main focus today is on how your inner child sees you. So I'm not really going to focus much on who your inner child is, but really quickly, I feel like your inner child is definitely always been someone who's been intuitive and psychic, connected to your gifts, and aware. You might have been able to see things as a child, and you know, you might have seen fairies, you might have seen ghosts, you might have seen spirits, anything like that. You know, I think that some of you might have even pushed it back to the back of your mind and thought you were dreaming, but I feel like a lot of you are highly intuitive and psychic at that, and have a lot of gifts that you are waking up to right now. But a lot of you are definitely, I feel like this could be older child. You could be like the oldest of your like siblings, or at least the more responsible one. However, does not necessarily have to be. It's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting. You could very well be the baby as well. I don't really get much middle child here for some reason, but please don't worry if you don't resonate with that. Sorry, this tape is not staying, but I do want to tap into how it feels like I kind of feel like you were just misunderstood a lot. Misunderstood, underestimated. People really judged you to be a certain way and may have pushed their preconceived notions on you quite a bit. And oftentimes I think that people expected you to be a certain way, and this put a lot of pressure on you. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you rebelled a little bit, although I don't feel like all of you necessarily did. But definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you had a rebellion stage at some point, or at least dreamt about it, you know. But I do feel like you did have quite a bit of pressure put on you growing up, or felt like you had to be a certain way because of XYZ, whether it be certain family traditions, values, things like that, or you had to get certain grades. It could be literally anything at this point because there's so many of you, I feel like, that are in this group. But I do feel like there's definitely built up pressure as far as like you having to fit a certain mold and be a certain way and show up as a certain person, and now it's just kind of you stepping into you, being you, and tapping into yourself that's always been there, but you kind of had to keep hidden beneath the surface because you had to be somebody as you were growing up. And so I like I said, I just wanted to briefly touch on your inner child, and that's just like a very hinting at who your inner child is. And let's get deeper into the other part of your reading. This panda dude is saying so many things to me. This card, though, we're going to reveal it. This is number 8, Supernova, which I will get into in just a little bit. But your panda is telling me just a little bit about, like, I don't know if Kung Fu Panda means a lot to you, but I'm getting Po vibes from Kung Fu Panda. Maybe you've been a little misunderstood in your life. People may have underestimated you and, like, just maybe misjudged you. You know, I think, like, I'm hearing don't judge a book by its cover. I feel like that's what people do for you. I feel like they look at you a certain way and maybe they prejudge you, and when they get to know you, they totally see a side of you that they never expected. You know, they never knew that you would be a certain way. Maybe they look at you and they think like, oh, there's no way that Sally can do jujitsu, and here you are, like a little black belt or something like that. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of that energy of like, you guys are very misunderstood, or people just don't see you a certain way. And that's kind of what I'm getting here with this panda energy. I feel like you guys have gone through so much of your life being misunderstood, or people judged you based off of your looks or things like that, and really just never took the time to get to know you because they just assumed things about you, you know? And so, yeah, guys, that's kind of the vibe that your panda bear is giving me here. But going into your supernova card and what your supernova card talks about here, this card just reminds me of Jean Grey from X-Men. Jean Grey is just absolutely stellar. She's powerful, and much like this card here is as well. This is about you guys needing to unleash your power and the magic that's been within you all along. You know, you just haven't really, you never knew about it, you know. And it kind of relates to Po from Kung Fu Panda. You know, he had all of this power and knowledge within him that he just never knew existed, and you just had to train it and kind of wake it up, you know. Kind of like Harry and his wizardness, if you will. But just growing to be powerful, and it kind of just explodes like kind of like a rocket ship. It just launches you forward and into something new, and just you have to just learn to let go and trust. So allow yourself to really play and create something, maybe dance or make music, maybe do art if that's what calls you. I just feel like it's full of energy, you know, like there's so much energy that needs to be let out, and I think that that's really going to help you guys. I'm trying to think where I want to go from here. You guys are like my guinea pig group. Let's just reveal your other cards. We have 25, the healer, which I love. 28, fourth house roots. 64, healing through rust. And the vulture, which is air. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Take it if it resonates as confirmation. If you're not those signs, don't worry about it. It's just a layer of confirmation. Definitely, I feel like your inner child has been through so much in your home life that you have had to heal from a lot of trauma and growing through like family life. And I think that you may have been unappreciated at home or underappreciated at home, in terms of like the role that you play in your family. And like as you've grown up, like maybe you've been misunderstood because you've had these gifts, or now there's two things coming through. You've either had these gifts and you have not been able to fit into your family because you're the only one who was like this, or you connected really well with your family because you've had these gifts like your family. Having these healer type of gifts and being able to help really purge the things that you know, we're not meant to be, and like really breaking generational cycles and things like that, trauma, and really breaking the mold and things that were not meant to happen or be anymore. You're really paving the way for generations to come. And like I said, there's two different ways that I'm getting here. So you're either one or the other. You're either, you know, really connected to your family because you guys all have these gifts together, or you are the one in your family who has these gifts and your family does not, you know. So please find which one you resonate as. I feel like for a lot of you, you might resonate with you being like the one mutant who, you know, had that mutated gene in your family, and like Professor Xavier comes to your family and has to help you, you know, and pretend like, you know, you're just someone gifted and you're going to a school and your family doesn't even know, that kind of a thing. But for others of you, your whole family is very gifted and you're very much rooted into this kind of gifted healers, light workers, constantly integrating and awakening and things like that. And you're very much in this energy of like purifying and rebalancing the family, and you're kind of the guardian. And it takes a very big toll on your energy, and you have a lot of healing in yourself to do as the healer of the family, you know, as the guardian of the family, unfortunately. And so I think it really does take a huge toll on your own energy. So please take care of yourself, you know. Oh, this is heavy energy group one. Straight out the gate. The Knight of Swords reversed. How does your inner child see you, group one? The Lovers. Queen of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. In the back of your deck is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. I was going to take 5, but let's do 4. I don't want to have too many cards. That would be a long reading. Sorry. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to grab these as well. These I'm going to read a little differently. I want to see how it comes out. How does group one's inner child see them? Oops. How does group one's inner child see them? Acceptance is the answer. How does group one's inner child see them? I see that you are here and I am glad. And the back is sparkle, sparkle, bitch. I love that. Okay. Love it, love it, love it. Oh. Making a mess. Okay. That looks better. Okay, you guys. Group one. Diving into how your inner child sees you. This is incredible energy coming through. You guys have definitely this energy of like, I think a lot of the weight has fallen on your shoulders in your family and you've taken up a lot of responsibility. And like, I'm going to just grab my stone here. I think that like sometimes you hide away and you kind of go off on your own. You might isolate yourself in certain settings and scenarios, and you might even cling on to just like one person. I don't want to say cling on, but you might gravitate towards one person and have that one person who's really just your person. Very much a Meredith Grey, Christina Yang energy. If you are familiar with Grey's Anatomy, you just have your person and that person is there for you and you are there for them. That sort of an energy. While you're also there for everybody, you know what I mean? But you have that one person who really gets you, who really knows you and understands exactly how you work and how you tick, you know? And they are the same person. I'm just hearing, I'm going to butcher the quote a little bit, but I hope it comes through. You are the sunshine, you know, you are the sunshine. And this person is telling you that you are the sunshine, and your inner child is saying that to you. You are the sunshine. It's time for you to shine and stop letting anyone else steal that away from you, because this is time for you to step into your power and let that shine through. Let your gifts and abilities come through, because you are so gifted and so talented, and understanding that you have to accept yourself and see that, you know, you have the abilities to, yes, be there for everyone else and show up for everyone else, but can you show up for yourself? You know, don't let anyone else steal your thunder or steal your light. You are the light, you know, you are the sun, and you need to shine for you, not for everybody else, for you. You be that light, you know. I feel like you may have felt this responsibility to have to be there for everybody else. And I think as you've awakened along this path and having to awaken to your gifts and abilities, going through all of these cycles that you have been going through, because there have been multiple awakenings along your path lately, shedding of skins and things like that, peeling back the layers, I think you're starting to really see who you are and where you want to go, and really uncovering your voice and starting to speak up for yourself and set boundaries. And it's a little bit new. It's kind of like shaky ground, and kind of like no, you know, it's like I don't want to do that. No. Can you do this for me? No. And it's a little bit hard for you, but you're starting to do it slowly and steady, and the more you do it, the easier it'll get. Hopefully. I say hopefully because I'm still learning to do that. So I'm telling you this with the hopes that as the more you do it, yes, 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 that's what I hear. It's going to be easier and better and better and better. You'll get better at it, I promise. Like, practice makes perfect. And I see that you are here, and I am glad. Show up for yourself. You know, show up for you. Your guides are saying that, you know, your inner child is rooting you on, and this is a part of you that you need to pull out, because your inner child has this confidence, has this way about themselves that, you know, has no fear, has no doubt, has no worry about like what other people think. And that's the part of you that needs to come out a lot more to play. And your inner child is like, yeah, sparkle, sparkle, bitch. It's time for you to learn to accept yourself and learn that it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter how silly you look. You know, yes, you can look like a ghost. You can look like a crazy person. Who cares? What matters at the end of the day is that you get the job done and that you get to where you want to go. You know, that's the end goal, is to get to where you want to go, to get to be where you want to go. You're manifesting all of these things, and you have a choice to make here, and you have a choice to make to get to the legacy that you want to leave behind. And if you want to get there, you need to take risks, you need to be bold, you need to take action, you need to be unleash that power within you and not worry about what other people are thinking or how silly you might look. Because if you worry about the ego too much, that's going to hold you back. You know, don't think about how you look or what people are thinking or saying. The Seven of Hedgehogs, this is about you having patience and diligence to push forward and push through and trust the process, because it's not going to happen overnight. But it's also about you having that self-reflection and that motivation to really stick it out and understand and trust the process, that this is divineness and this is about you going within yourself to really, like I said, push through and understand that there's a push and pull when it comes to, you know, pushing yourself forward and trusting that this is what you need to do for you and not for everyone else. This is something that you need to do for you. When you typically see this card, this is one person working the roots and not with everyone else. You don't need to worry about everybody else. This is time for you to be selfish and work on you. Work on you, for you, whatever it is that this is. This is for you to be selfish. Purge what needs to be purged. Heal what needs to be healed. And rest. Allow yourself that time to really just take it slow and steady. You don't need to rush this. You don't need to feel like things need to happen overnight. It needs to be patience. You need to have compassion and kindness for yourself, and just allow yourself that grace and sweetness that you give to everyone else so freely. You know, it's allowing yourself to really shine. And like pressure with a diamond, it takes time, you know. I feel like you just put it so harshly on yourself to make things happen so quickly and so like you need to happen right now or we're gone. We need to go help other people, other people, other people. Now is the time for you to just allow yourself to do this for you. And I understand that you might have a responsibility towards other people, but you need to understand too that the more you want to help other people and the more you keep self-sacrificing for other people, the less time you're going to have for them, because you're going to push yourself back so far on the back burner. You're never going to achieve what you want, and you're going to not be able to do as much as you can had you push this forward. Had you achieved this 10 of Pentacles, you would have so much more abundance to help other people, so much more, so much faster, so much more than you could have ever imagined. You know what I'm saying? And your inner child is saying it's time to be selfish a little bit now. It's time for you to focus on you for now. And it's okay. It's okay. Giving you permission to do this. And I think that you're so set on always pleasing other people. You're so set on always doing things for other people and serving other people and being there for everyone else. Like it's time for you to be there for you. And it's okay. You know? It's time for you to shield for yourself, to eat for yourself, to heal for you, and it's fine. Take that chance for you, because I think that, you know, while you do so much for everyone, it's time for you to give back to you and understand that at the end of the day, it's for everyone else. You're serving a greater purpose at the end of the day, because why are you doing this at the end of the day? For your family. Maybe it's just a story you're telling yourself. Notice what you say to yourself and others. You have the power to change the story. Yeah. Change the story and what you're saying. Dream it to life. See and feel what will soon be real. Take time to visualize the experience you want to have before any situation. You have this ability to manifest things and make it happen. And you're already doing it. You're already manifesting it. You're visualizing it, you know. Beautiful soul, you glow when you're comfortable in your skin. Your beauty goes beyond what you can see in the mirror. You are perfect as you are. That's about you having that self-acceptance and seeing that you are worthy of this. You are worthy of having what you want, and it's just about you understanding that and going for it. Giving yourself that grace and allowing you to go there and have it. Your inner child is saying, why not you? Why can everyone else have it? Why do you allow everyone else to have it and not you? You are enough. You always have been. You always will be. Release attachment to relationships and achievements to feel worthy. Why do you need to feel like everyone else needs to be first and not you? The back of your deck. Everything is always working out for me. Trust that it is working out for you. Trust that this is happening for you, and that you're going after the things that you are meant to go after, and that everyone will support you in this process, and things are lining up the way that they're meant to. Okay, and then I have this deck inspired by Alyssa. Some movie quotes. Our fate lives within us. You only have to be brave enough to see it. Merida, brave. So this might be a very significant movie for you guys as well. Understanding that you get to choose your fate. You get to go after what you want to. Other people don't dictate it, especially not your family, okay? You get to choose. Anything else from group 1's inner child? Anything else from group 1's inner child? We have, if you focus on what you left behind, you will never see what lies ahead. Gusto. Ratatouille. Yeah. This is also about like people having a certain like viewpoint of you as well. Like, you know, just because you are from this particular background doesn't mean anything. You know, like you get to choose. You get to be whatever you want to choose. I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person than Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. You were a different person then. No one ever made a difference by being like everyone else. P.T. Barnum, The Greatest Showman. Yeah. And you also have you're exactly what this family needs. Bruno by Encanto. So definitely, and then the back of your deck, nobody but me is going to change my story, Matilda. So you guys, this is significant movies that could be really helpful for you guys, and hold messages for you guys as well. But definitely there's this resounding message coming through from your inner child about how amazing you are and how you are worthy of going after the things that you want in this life. It's time for you to sparkle. It's time for you to go after what you want, and it's time for you to shine in the spotlight because you are the sun. It's time for you to unleash your power and go for the things that you really want in this world because it's your turn. You're worthy of it. And you deserve it. You do so much for other people, and it's time for you to focus on you and be a little more selfish, you know? Self-acceptance. It's time for you to show up for you. It's time for you to understand that you are worthy, and you are so incredibly worthy. You really, really are. You know, don't look at what other people think or judge because they don't know you. They have no clue. They don't know how badass Poe was. You know what I mean? Or how incredible P.T. Barnum was in The Greatest Showman. They all thought he was crazy. They didn't believe in him, and look at how incredible he ended up being. You know what I mean? Same with Gusto. Same with Alice in Wonderland. Same with Matilda. Same with Bruno. Same with Merida and Brave. Nobody believed in them, and look at them. Incredible. Same with you. You need to believe in yourself even when no one else does, because that's where it starts. That's where it starts. And you need to clap for yourself when no one else is clapping, because that's kind of how it works in the beginning. And you just need to push and push and believe that you are going after something, because you are. And you will get there. You will get there. But that is what your inner child sees you as just this incredible light worker, this incredible soul who is so gifted and constantly integrating your gifts into who you are and awakening to it. And just understanding that once you give yourself that love and that rejuvenation, and you allow yourself to have these things and go after what you want, you're going to be unstoppable. And that might be a significant song. I think it's by Sia, Unstoppable. But yes, that is where I'm going to leave your reading, group 1. Don't forget to check out Alyssa's reading. I will drop the link down below. But yes, you guys, please go ahead and smash the like button and comment a panda emoji down below so I know you're from group 1. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I will also be linking my Patreon down below in case you're interested in joining our family over there, where we have exclusive content not available here on YouTube, as well as our weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. And yes, thank you guys, Patreon, for being there and being a part of the fam. And thank you guys so much for watching and being here as well. And I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you are watching. And I will see you guys all very, very soon. Bye! What's up, group 2? If you chose the alien or this beautiful card, welcome to your reading. Really quickly, I just want to tap into a little bit of information here that I didn't tap into earlier. I'm not going to get too much into who your inner child is, because this is more so a reading about how your inner child sees you right now. But I really feel like your inner child is someone who just didn't necessarily fit in, right? I feel like you really had to do so much just to get a little bit of praise, and it was never enough. Like, I'm just hearing that song from The Greatest Showman, Never Enough, which might be significant for some of you. And it was just, nothing you did was ever enough, no matter how hard you tried or whatever you did. If you got an A on a report card and it wasn't an A plus or whatever, that was still not enough. Or maybe you got all A's and one B, oh, that wasn't great enough. And you had to be proud of you despite whatever, efforts that you put forth. And you need to know that your inner child is so freaking proud of you. You need to be proud of yourself. You are a little badass, and you are here. Oh my gosh, this little panda bear is proud of you too. Group 1 is proud of you, by the way, making an appearance here. And you need to know that you have friends all around you who are so proud of you as well. So you are so heavily guided and supported in so many ways, not just by your inner child, but by those who truly love you. And just because maybe your parents were not the most supportive or the most loving throughout your childhood, that you are incredible. You are so unique, and you are a superstar. You're meant to just be, I feel like you are meant to just stand out from the crowd and be a mega star, and just so you're meant to shine, and you just don't even realize it. And no matter how much you do trying to impress like one or two people, regardless of how many other people are cheering and screaming for you, you feel like you're letting someone down, and you shouldn't feel that way. I feel like that's the inner child screaming at you, saying, no more feeling that way anymore. And so let's jump into the rest of what we have coming in here. I feel like you guys are definitely, maybe people have described you as the weird ones, the oddballs. Maybe you guys like to describe yourselves as that way, a little bit different, a little bit unique, or at least you guys have very well tried to be that way. Try to stand out from the crowd, try to do things differently, or just tried to be the ones who did something different, or wanted to be famous, maybe. It's going to be a little different for everyone, I'm hearing. With this alien energy, I feel like sometimes you might even feel like you don't belong in certain friend groups or in your family for some of you. But I feel like you need to understand that as you come into your own, and as you pave your way and really be comfortable with who you are, you're going to start attracting the right people to you, the people who really understand you and get you and vibe with you, and just being more comfortable in who you are and being the authentic you know, you're really going to attract the people who are meant to be a part of your life and let go of those who are really not meant to be in your life. You know what I mean? And so I think it's just about you clearing that energy out of your life, and so that you make room for the right energy to come in, and just understanding, like, you know, you've had a lot of, you know, things going on, balancing, rebalancing. I feel like there's a lot of that, like, tipping of the scales, like who can be here and who can't be in here. You know, it's like weighing the odds, or like having to pour out of your glass to satisfy somebody else, and, you know, take from your own energy. I feel like sometimes that drains you of your own energy sometimes. And I know I feel like I'm touching on so many different things, but that's just kind of what's coming through with this uh, alien dude. Like, the things that you've had to go through, and your inner child is saying, you know, it's time to focus on you, and this is about you. And this card here, 33, the proud Purette, and this is a beautiful card. I think all the cards in this deck are beautiful, to be honest, but particularly 33 is a master number about, you know, growth, creativity, abundance. Can talk about harmony, achievement, and just understanding that this is about you being proud of how far you've come. You know, you have done so much and gone through so much and been through so much. This is about you understanding that you're doing so amazing, and you don't need to carry any shame in how far you've come and what you've been through. You know, you're meant to have these amazing learning experiences and be where you are and have gone through what you've gone through, and not worry about outside judgment, not worry about what other people are saying or thinking, or, you know, but that's, if they have anything to say or feel or whatever about what you're doing or you at all, that's on them. You know, who cares what they have to say? That's their issue. That's their business. That's what they have to say or think about you. That's none of your business. You know, you have to just focus on you. You're so strong, and you're so beautiful, and you're so amazing. You're such a badass. Like, that's all you have to think about. You are just absolutely incredible. And, you know, this is just about understanding that they are just doing whatever they do because that makes them feel better about themselves, and that's their own fear taking over. You know, it has nothing to do with you. They're afraid of all the things that you're doing, and that makes them feel a certain way about themselves, and that's their problem. You know, nothing to do with you and how amazing you are. That's because they have an issue with their own self and they can't take it. That's the only way they know how to deal with it. So I hope that was, I know that was an ass backwards way of saying how incredible you are and trying to explain why they target you, but I hope that made sense. And you guys are absolutely incredible and understanding, like, why people may alienate you. And honestly, like, when I did this pairing, by the way, I didn't explain this for anybody else. I chose a squishy first, and then I shuffled out the cards, and this is just what happened to shuffle out for you. So I really love how your card happens to kind of match your squishy, and how you might feel alienated by other people, you know. But that's because they feel inferior to you and they don't know how to deal with it, you know. So let's see what else. You know, your inner child wants you to know you're absolutely incredible. And I'm just feeling like, I feel like The Greatest Showman might be an absolute amazing movie for you to watch, and it might be a movie that means something to somebody out there in group 2. So you also have number 22, the creator. Beautiful. You have 2 master numbers. Incredible. 22 is a number of balance, duality. It also talks about choices. You have number 34, the 10th house, which is the world. Another beautiful card. I love this energy coming through for you guys. Oh, you have the frog coming through. I like that as well. And 53, make it look like the night. Okay. Okay, let me just download a little here. Okay, you guys. Where do I want to talk first? Let's talk about the frog, because that's kind of what's coming through. The frog, I just feel like you guys have a really big heart. Despite like any kind of hardship or bad shit that you might have had to endure over the years, I think that you guys have a beautiful big heart for those, especially those that you really love and care about. Just so much compassion and acceptance, especially acceptance for those who, you know, don't necessarily fit in, or, you know, people like similar to you, who just feel like, I don't want to say like misfits, but I think that's the word that I'm hearing stick out, because I don't feel like you guys are misfits. I think you're totally opposite. I think you guys have just been categorized as that, and what people don't fail to understand is that, and I think, okay, this is where I'm gonna get tricky here. I think the world misunderstands misfits, you see, because I think misfits are incredible, and I am biased, you see. I think misfits are incredible and absolutely amazing, and I think the world has it ass backwards, in which, you know, those are the people who are so unique and so incredible, and what makes the world a better place. You know, the people who are so different and so unique and so inspiring and so incredible are the ones who are so compassionate, so kind, and who can do all the things, you know, who are so talented and so beautiful in their own unique ways, and not like a Barbie doll. Not to say that Barbie dolls aren't beautiful, because I feel like everyone has beauty in their own way, but you know what I'm like, I hope that's coming across correctly in the way that I'm trying to convey. But like, what I mean to say is, like, I'm not sure people, society, the way they categorize beauty, especially like models, let's say, that's a good class to kind of say, like, you know how models had to be like a size 0 in order to be classified as beautiful and like 6 feet tall or whatever, and if you weren't those things, you weren't beautiful. You know, if you're a size 4, like, you're too fat to be a model. Like, no, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I think that that's kind of how society skews beauty and skews uniqueness and incredibility, and that's where I think it's bullshit, especially for group, you guys, group 2. And I'm not trying to group like this group as models, but it's just an example. What I mean to say is, like, I think the world is opening up their eyes to newer and bigger things, and I think you guys are helping to pave the way to that, helping to pave the way and really show people that it's different now. You know, we don't have these same norms as before. We don't have these same what's it called, bullet points or criteria as it used to be. It's not how the world works anymore. You know, art is not defined by, you know, XYZ anymore. It has to be, it's not linear anymore. You know, art is so different for anyone. It's not as subjective as it used to be. It's so different. Everybody has their own opinions and their own tastes, if that makes sense. I don't think opinion is the right word, but their own taste, their own I don't know the word. Why am I having such a hard time? I think your throat chakra might be blocked, and you have a hard time expressing how to get across your words or your feelings or your thoughts, because people have silenced you for so long. Notice how the alien does not have a mouth. And I think that, you know, when it comes to expressing yourself, you do it through your art, you know, whether it be singing or dancing or creating, like writing, drawing. You're not necessarily speaking it, you know. with words in a conversation, if that makes sense. But what I mean to say, your inner child is just here to tell you, like, you need to be proud of yourself and how much you are clearing and cleansing and healing the things that, you know, you have been drained of your whole life. You know, people have taken from you and taken from you for so long. It's time for you to come out as this frog, this beautiful frog who spends most of their life as a tadpole in the water, you know, depleted and carrying the weight of the world on its shoulders, the world, you know, and just understanding that it's time for you to come out and create what you want, you know, make it look like night. This is about you really understanding that it's time for you to bring balance into your life. You know, you've been depleted and now it's time for you to bring the heat, you know, bring out your truth, because there is truth and light in the dark, you know, and that's where you've been this whole time. And I feel like you're not afraid of that anymore, and you haven't been afraid of it, I feel like, if that makes sense. And like I said, The Greatest Showman is probably a very significant movie for you guys to watch. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you watch it. It's one of my favorites. The 10th house, the world. If I'm going all over the place, it's because I'm just really excited for you guys. The 10th house really talks about fame, masculinity, your reputation, and your confidence. I think that this is really sparking up for you guys, and your inner child sees this inside of you and wants to pull it out of you. This fame and this spark of masculinity inside of you, you have the ability to bring it out. You have the ability to go there and be this person and be famous for what you have, this talent inside of you, you know, this creation talent inside of you. And just having a little bit of structure, a little bit of discipline in terms of you bringing it out, you can be that person, you know, be honest and be true to who you are, and you will be able to have this legacy that you leave behind. I'm just being so called to The Greatest Showman for you guys, and just how determined P.T. Barnum was to really leave a legacy behind, and how strongly he believed in himself. And I think that you guys are going to be like in that same suit, you know what I mean? And creating a vision behind something that so many people had doubts in him and didn't believe in him and thought he was crazy. But like, you just have this strong vision within you and just have to go for it. And I think that that's something that you have the ability to do. Like, being this creator, this alchemist, you have the ability to go for it, and just don't be afraid, you know, don't be intimidated by what other people can't see. And I think, like, for so long you've been in the dark, and like, other people are so afraid of what they can't see, whereas you're not afraid of it, you know, you're not afraid of the lack, you're not afraid of the darkness. You trust, and you are always curious and always going there. And so just really trusting in the universe, trusting in a greater force, and going for this thing, and being proud of how far you can take it, and just going for it, you know what I mean, can definitely take you so far. So let's take you into this. I feel like I babbled so long compared to group one for you guys, that I probably repeated myself a bajillion times, and I apologize, but I'm so hyped for you guys. Ace of Teacups, One of Teacups reversed. How does group two's inner child see them? You definitely need that self-care and start giving it to yourself. You know, focus on yourself and be a little more selfish. Go after this dream of yours with this Ace of Cups reverse. I feel like that's what it is. Self-care, self-love. Going for that. We're going to take this one. With the Ace of Flowers and the upright, yeah, just you have this spark of passion within you, and it's just about you going after it and just being unapologetic about it. I feel like that spark of passion, you hold the wand and the power. You also have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Hedgehogs is the Four of Pentacles in this deck. So really being mindful of your energy and how you spend it. Like, understanding, like I said, this is with the frog energy, you were so depleted of it, giving it away to other people. So be really mindful of that energy that you give out to others and where you put it, you know. with this Four of Hedgehogs. So that's how your inner child is seeing you, just really being mindful of where you spend your energy. You also have the Nine of Wands. Don't give up. I feel like sometimes you might hesitate because you're not seeing the progress as quickly as you would hope. You also have the Ten of Cups to finish off. This is about you reaching that happiness, that end goal. And, you know, your inner child is seeing that. This is the Three of Cups reversed at the back of your deck. I'm just going to center this a bit. But yeah, you guys definitely understanding, like, I think like you haven't been able to really enjoy yourselves and have the celebration that you wanted with other people. And I think it's just about you finding the right people, and you will find the right people. The right people will come, because I think as you grow into this passion, as you grow into, you know, finding your footing and leading yourself to where you want to go and being really mindful of your energy, not just giving it away freely, you're going to find who is in your corner for the right reasons, and then you'll be able to really see who you can trust and who's really there for you. You know what I mean? And not necessarily just overdo things, and in terms of your energy, giving it away to the wrong people and things like that. People are going to be filling up your cups instead. You know what I mean? It's going to be like reciprocated energy with this Three of Cups being reversed. I feel like this is about you not necessarily overly doing it with your friends. I think you're going to find friends who are like giving back to you, if that makes sense. I do want to take from this deck also. But yeah, with that Nine of Wands, I feel like don't give up. You know, it's not like you're going to be solo and not have people on your side, because you will have people on your side. You do have people in your corner. It's just about you weeding out the ones who are not meant to be there. I'm just going to get a couple of these. How does your inner child see you? Group 2. How does Group 2's inner child see them? Cosmic Fuckery. Love this. Yes, it's just about you also having fun, not taking things too seriously. You know what I mean? I know that there's so much that you want to create, and there's so much that you've been through, but also just enjoying yourself while you do this. You know, making light of the things that you've been through. I know not necessarily it's going to be the easiest thing to do, but understanding that you can have fun through this process, through your art. You can enjoy it. You know, you can make it something beautiful, something fun, something that can make people smile and bring joy to them, their lives. You know, they know not what they do. Oops. So yeah, I feel like that has a lot to do with you understanding, like, to be cautious of the people who are not in your life for the right reasons. You know what I mean? And then you also had this one, acceptance is the answer. This is about you being acceptance, this is about you accepting yourself, understanding that you are worthy of all of the things that are coming towards you. You are worthy of unconditional love. You are worthy of amazing things that you are trying to achieve here. You are worthy of the love that you give so freely to other people, and start putting up those boundaries. You know what I mean? Let me get you one more. You also have sparkle, sparkle, bitch. This is your time to shine. Exactly. Allow yourself to shine, okay? On the back of your deck, you have show me your original face. The face you had before your parents were born. So this is about you really allowing yourself to be the true you. Okay? Letting yourself be you. Letting you out to the world. Not having anyone else tell you anything or let you be a certain way because they are a certain way, if that makes sense. Just you being you. Advice and guidance for group 2, please, from their inner child. Whoa. Make an adjustment. Pay attention to how you start and end your days. Create a healthy routine that inspires and balances you. Exactly. We talked about that balance. Do something for you at the start and end of every day. Advice and guidance for group 2, please. Mind your business. Let others do what they want. You can't change anyone. Keep your distance from those who drain you. Exactly. You guys, what was I saying earlier about how other people's opinions of you are none of your business? Fall back, retreat, pull back your energy, step away, take a needed break. You will awaken to a new point of view. It's amazing what a perspective shift can do. Exactly. Let's get you one more. Advice and guidance. Oops. Dance, sing, play. The universe works fast when you're just having fun. Have fun, you guys. The back of your deck, shift your focus off the problems to see the solutions. You have all you need. Exactly, group 2. You have everything you need. And we're going to finish off with this. These are movie quotes from some of my favorite childhood, well, not just childhood movies, but my favorite movies, inspired by Alyssa. Not nearly as great as hers, but, and it's not done, but we just had what we have. Okay, sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. Grandmother Willow. Definitely. And Pocahontas might have significant messages for you as well. But definitely, this path is not going to be easy, but it's definitely holding you. Oh yes, the past can hurt, but you can either run from it or learn from it. Rafiki, the Lion King. Definitely. Your inner child is just you telling, that has a lot to do with this card as well. You know, your past wasn't the best, it wasn't the easiest, you know, but it shaped you to who you are. Anything for group 2? Oops. Nobody but me is going to change my story. Matilda. Yes. And Matilda, seriously, she's been through so much in her childhood, and did that stop her from being who she was, being an incredible, magical person? No, it did not. She still created amazing things and let that magic out. We also have your mind is like water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear. Master Oogway, Kung Fu Panda. This came out in the other group as well. Oh, you also have, I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. Alice. Alice in Wonderland. Exactly. So knowing that, you know, your past has shaped you to become who you are today, take that, don't push it away, you know. You also have the back of your deck, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Albus Dumbledore, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. One of my favorites in the world. Absolutely incredible. Group 2, holy cow. Group 2, that's where I'm going to leave your reading. So yeah, don't forget to check out Alyssa's video for a message there as well. How your inner child sees you. This is incredible. Your inner child sees you as someone who is so amazing, doing all the things, clearing, creating, and just, you need to be proud of yourself, group 2, because you come so far and you're stepping into your uniqueness, and so many more people need to follow your path, and you need to do this in such a proud way. You know, step into your authenticity and do it in such a proud way, because you know, you have no idea just how many people are watching you in awe. And just because people aren't speaking it out loud and saying just how much they admire you, trust me, they are they are in such awe of you, and they are so proud of you as well, and they are inspired by your actions and the things that you are doing. They are just too shy to speak out about it. Trust me. Trust me when I say that, okay? Especially your inner child. They are so proud of you, and you need to be proud of you as well. But that is where I'm going to leave your reading, group 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go ahead and drop an alien emoji down below in the comments so I know you're group 2. And don't forget to smash the like button as well. But yes, so please go ahead and subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I will also be linking my Patreon down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family over there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings and not available here on YouTube. And yes, thank you guys, Patreon, for being over there supporting, and thank you guys so much for being here, watching, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate you all so much. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye. What's up, group 3? If you chose a dog or this beautiful card here, I just want to spend a little bit of time talking a little bit about who your inner child is, because our main focus for this reading is actually how your inner child sees you now. So I don't want to spend that much time on this section, but I feel like your inner child was a people pleaser. Like, as a child, you were a people pleaser. Maybe even now, probably comes in through a lot in your adult life, but definitely somebody who was a people pleaser and always wanting to make sure everybody was taken care of, make sure, like, you know, you didn't want to let anybody down. And I feel like you were always there for everybody and just making sure everyone's needs were met before your own. And I feel like that really took a toll on you. And honestly, while that still made you feel really great, because, you know, you were serving others by being there for them and being so loyal and kind and just being there as their support system, who was taking care of you? Like, yes, maybe you got a bone thrown at you here and there and things like that, but ultimately, you know, you were not really going after the things that you really wanted, you know, the things that you really desired in this life, you know. And that's really kind of what this card is going to tell us more about in just a little bit. But as far as like who your inner child is, I feel like that was you, being very loyal, very much eager to please and do all the things for everyone else before you, putting everyone above you, you know, everyone before you, and taking care of everyone else before you. And now it's about you. Like, you know, sometimes you would silence your own needs and things like that in order for someone else to get their way, or in order for someone else to be like okay with whatever they needed and things like that. And you wouldn't speak up because, you know, you didn't want it to affect anybody else, things like that. I feel like that was you. You know, you would just be quiet, or you would just whimper in the background, or not even whimper, you would just go hide in the corner and just tuck your tail, you know, that kind of a thing. And just be very much a loyal dog, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to put you down in any way, but I just feel like that's how you were as your inner child self, you know. But like, let's take a look at how your inner child sees you now and things like that. And go ahead and reveal your card. It says number 9, go fish. But before I go into this, I want to talk about your dog here. I feel like you guys are definitely, I mean, first off, I feel like you guys are definitely the type of people who are very loyal and very loving type of people. But more so, what I wanted to get into here is that I feel like you guys are on a journey of really trying to figure out what it is that drives you, what it is that, you know, how do I say this? It's like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. not just with this goldfish card, but also with this dog, kind of on this journey to really find yourself, find who it is that you really are, and what, I don't know if it's like what you want or what it is that you feel called to. What is the word? What is that feeling that I'm feeling? Just this feeling that trying to find more, like going deeper and deeper and diving deeper into who you are and what you want, and just whether it's finding more meaning or more purpose or more truth into who you are and what you want, something like that. It's like a deeper meaning, deeper layers. And I don't want to use Shrek as an example, because I feel like that's not the same type of example as like onions and layers, but it is kind of like peeling back layers. It's like deeper than that though. It's kind of like you're moving from, and you're going from one ocean to another, and deeper and deeper and deeper and further into the depths, because no one really knows how deep the ocean really goes, right? It's like the unknown, and it's kind of that feeling, trying to discover the deepest depths of your soul and who you are and what you want. And it's going to vary as far as like your identity or what you want to do or things like that, your gifts, your talents, what it is. Like I said, go fish, right? It's not, it's gonna, some of you it's going to have to do with your purpose. Some of you it's going to have to do with who you are. Some of it's going to have to do with, you know, what you want to do in this life, or, you know, what does this mean for me? So it's going to be a little different for everyone in this group, but that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up on as far as like what's coming through for this dog and this card, before I even get into the meaning of the card. But ultimately, I just feel like you guys are very much loyal people who are very loving and very sweet, and very much like, while you're very comfortable being on your own, I do feel like you guys like companionship as well. But not all of you are going to resonate with that energy necessarily. But talking about what this card means, it does mean, for me, what this card means is that there is magic, excuse me. There is magic and abilities and gifts and your powers, new ways of being, are rising up to the surface from the unconscious mind of you, you know, and more of who you are is coming forward, and you are this amazing person, and you just never knew it existed, you know, but it's always been there. And so if you felt stuck or like blocked, then this card is here saying that things will start moving and creative energy is going to start flowing in. And so if you can get near water or be in water, this is really going to help move it forward even faster and propel you. But definitely this is just a beautiful energy coming forward, and just understanding like, you know, all of these things are flowing in, and I just feel like, yeah, creative flows and just magic coming out. And I think like you've been asking for things, and now it's like it's like you've been given the answer, like go fish, nope, go fish, nope, go fish, and you finally have the fish that you've been asking for. So with that being said, let's uncover more of these cards here. We have number, what is this? Is this 40? I think it's 42. The sword. I want to say it's 42. If I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's 42. We have the black egg. Number 77. Oh my gosh, I love this. Two swords. I really like that a lot, actually. And I just got a message. Okay. And number 23, I know, Aquarius. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Okay, first off, the sword message before I lose it. There's a lot of this energy of like clarity coming through, and I know, because two swords, and then you have this I know card coming out. It's like, yes, I know. You finally have the answer now that you've been looking for, that you've been wanting, and it's like, yes. I also feel like it's like, I feel like this power, like this powerful drive coming through as well. It's like, yes, I feel good. I'm like in my power. I'm in the zone and I feel confidence. This confidence is coming through. And like with your dog, this particular breed is a corgi, and not necessarily the most strong or agile, but you know, they have very short legs. They're kind of like dwarf looking dogs. You know, they're like stout and short-legged, you know. So I feel like this is just very much you guys being very confident and just having this clarity coming through as well. But let's see, where do I want to go first? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Talking about, okay, this is how your inner child sees you. Where do we want to go first, guys? Let's go with this. You might be tested, right? You're being shown the future. You're stubborn. Your inner child saying you're stubborn and artistic and you're inventive and you're a little strange, right? Your friends, you're having allies coming in to help you and achieve your goals, and you're learning now, you know, you're learning new how do I say this? It's like you might be like, I feel like your inner child thinks like you know everything. Like, I know. Like, and it's kind of like this energy of like your inner child's kind of telling you like you kind of need to slow your roll a little bit about like because you really don't know everything, you know. And I can feel you saying, I know I don't know everything. There it is. You know what I mean? Coming through. I'm gonna bounce here now with the black egg coming through. This is about you kind of opening up your communication, and this black egg highlights your throat chakra, and so that's all about communication, expression, inspiration, things like that, and really your speech and just stepping into your authentic voice, right? And so you might be like a writer or a speaker or a teacher, you might even be a singer, but I think like your inner child really wants to highlight how you have all of these points of clarity and feeling like you know everything, but really you don't, and just highlighting that, you know, sometimes you might say things with such conviction and such confidence when really we need to pull back a little bit, you know. Having the two swords come out, now that I'm looking at this is 50, 60. If it was XL, then it would be 40, right? 50, 60. This is 62. What a dummy. 62. Yes, that's 62. So this card is about like you having clarity, honesty, being quick and clear and also accurate. You know, when you have a sword, you have to be quick and accurate, especially when you're a warrior and you're wielding such a sword, such a blade, right? And this card actually talks about how our first encounter with the sword is when we are born, and this sword cuts our cord, or it separates us from our mother, you know, and it shapes our destiny and also puts up our boundaries, things like that. And then when I relate it to this sword card here in a totally completely different deck, this is about ourself and every season that we're in. See how it's got 4 different divisions here that it separates us in, and it also talks about birth and rebirth with this snake energy coming here, kundalini energy, and how we have control by holding the sword, and we hold that power to protect ourselves while we are in our transformation stages, while we are in the rebirth and birth stages. We hold control. And so understanding how, and I love how even in this card it kind of looks like we have 4 different seasons, 1, 2, 3, 4 different seasons, which is very interesting. So I feel like in relating these 2 cards, it's just your inner child wants you to really understand how throughout every season in your life, you hold the power and you have the ability to really make decisions and see how you can be really honest. Being with this, even with the sword and this card, you are so honest to a fault and have this ability to be true and clear, that we also need to remember to pull back a little bit with this I know card, allowing yourself some grace in order to have the humility to say, like, maybe I don't know, maybe I have the ability to hold my tongue a little, and sometimes there is power in not knowing. There's power in not saying anything or not speaking things. And I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how the words are coming out of my mouth, from your inner child. I think I need to pull some cards to get extra layers of this message, but your inner child is kind of coming out and saying, like, you have this ability to really cut through the bullshit. You have the ability to see through every season and make decisions clearly and accurately, despite how cloudy or how clear the sky may be. I think you have the ability as well to really have an inventive outlook on things with this Aquarius I know card, this energy of like you being able to make friends and allies that come in to help you achieve your goals and learn new things. You have this ability to rise up and also be more inventive and be able to challenge your belief systems, because when I feel like this Aquarius energy is coming through, I feel like this is challenging, tradition and the norm, going outside of the box and really being able to be accurate with it at that. Sometimes when we challenge what's normal and what's our tradition, it can be very sketchy, very not stable, if that makes sense, very inaccurate at that, very opposite of what the sword is saying. And I feel like you have this uncanny ability, this uncanny power to do all of that. And I think that that's the power that you hold within yourself, is the ability to see that. You also have the 8 of Swords here. How does group 3's inner child see them? Fear and anxiety, okay. Six of Cups. This card is the 7 of Pentacles. How does group 3's inner King of Cups? How does group 3's inner child see them? Okay, that's too many. How's group 3's inner child? 10 of Pentacles. That's nice. Back is the Page of Cups reverse. We're in the center. Okay. There we go. Alright, you guys. Definitely amazing energy coming through. Like I said, you have the ability to really hold power and control and really protect yourself during transformation and see just being able to speak your truth throughout, like I said, each season, throughout the transformation. And while those transformations can be scary and you have these fears and anxieties going throughout, I think that you are not afraid to be vulnerable during those stages. And I think that, you know, with this Seven of Pentacles here, this is about you having patience and really being slow and steady wins the race. You know, allowing yourself have the grace and the patience, like I said, and being in touch with your inner child, having that soulmate energy. I feel like you are really not just in touch with your inner child, but there is a soulmate energy coming through where there's someone from your childhood or your past life perhaps that really helps to keep you grounded and in touch with your emotional sides. Because when it comes to like the transformations that you've had to undergo or that you are constantly undergoing with this sword energy coming through, having so much sword energy, being logically in your head and in your mind, balancing out with your emotions, I think is very important. You know, there's so much I know in my head, logic, mind, you know, being too much in your head can really take its toll on you and really affect the imbalance of who you are and how you're feeling. You know, if you're too much in your head, how can you possibly function going forward and balance out, you know, in her life? You know, you're going to be so much in your head that you're going to feel a certain way. And so I feel like there is somebody in your life who really, like I said, is either a childhood friend, is like a soulmate of some kind. Doesn't have to be romantic, definitely, but somebody that you might have grown up with, or like a past life soulmate, excuse me, or it's a very much a soulmate energy for sure. That's what a Six of Cups for me is. That very much grounds your emotional side and really helps you through that, in terms of you balancing things out, from the logical standpoint and your emotional standpoint, if that makes sense. I just realized like how technical this part of your reading has gotten, and I think it's because I'm picking up on your logical, like in your head type side that we came through here, which I hope when I watch it back it's not going to sound too crazy. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, I do feel like if you guys are very much in this warrior energy too, I think that you guys very much stand up for what you believe in and for those that you really care about. So if you very much identify with that energy, I wouldn't be surprised also. I notice I tend to pull a lot of the energy that you might be in. So you might explain yourself a lot and over talk a lot, like when you get really passionate about certain things. So yeah, take it if it resonates. Also, there's something that you are working towards and working on in terms of building a legacy and leaving behind. And I think that as you balance out your energy and you get out of your head so much and you, like I said, bring yourself back into your body, whether it be moving around, feel your feelings, honor your feelings, make sure you're spending time with loved ones, and just, I feel like emotionally we need to balance ourselves out with this Page of Cups on the back of your deck. And I think that's really going to make a huge difference in your energy, and your inner child really wants you to do that. Do something that really makes you have a lot more fun. Do something creative. Get out of your head. Dancing around is really going to be helpful, or working out. Spell it out. Play with blocks. That might be helpful. Lego building, something creative that still can be stimulating for your mind, but just not so in your head, I guess. Also, express yourself. X marks the spot. Ooh, this might be fun. Doing some kind of like treasure hunt or like escape room. might be really fun because that also works out your mind and like stimulates your brain logically, but at the same time is very fun and like play. Cosmic fuckery, yeah. This is about you like being like all in the cosmos and in your head and just be like, I know everything, I know all the things because I have this Aquarian knowledge and like I know this and that and this and that, but just understanding that you really don't. And the back of your deck, you have Season of the Witch, which I think is really cool. If you have been feeling called towards exploring that part of things, the occult, things like that, go for it, you know? Be safe, of course. But yeah, as far as like your inner child, though, how they see you as this incredible being that just needs to balance out yourself a little bit. You know, you might have been so focused on certain things that you wanted to achieve that you've forgotten about other aspects of your life, that you need to really bring yourself back into balance, you know? I don't know why I keep thinking of The Last Kingdom. You might want to watch that, or something. You might want to watch like Game of Thrones or something like that. I feel like a lot of warrior energy coming through, especially with this egg and the swords. Just a lot of that warrior dragony energy coming through for you guys. Definitely. Merlin might be a really good reference. I'm not sure why. Ooh, or Harry Potter. Specifically, the Goblet of Fire. Ooh, or, I'm sorry, or the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, it's a good one. Oops, oops, oops. Okay, we're gonna get some advice and guidance from your inner child, which we have gone over your reading a little bit because I have rambled way too much in your reading, so I'm sorry. Advice and guidance from your inner child. I am the love of my life. I am enough. Exactly. Know that you need to love yourself first before you let other people in. You are enough. You have always been. You always will be. Release attachment to relationships and achievements to feel worthy. Yep. Seriously. You do. You also have gratitude. Remember when you wanted what you have now. Give thanks. Your grateful heart is a magnet for love and abundance. Yes. It truly, truly is. You guys. We're going to get you one more. Advice and guidance from group 3's inner. All is necessary. Without darkness, there is no light. Like a lotus flower, you can grow from the mud and bloom in the dark. Yes. Love that for you guys. And then the back of your deck, balance, slow down, lighten your load so you can float. Yes, you guys, group 3, balance out your energy. So I made this really cute little deck, but it's not very great. It's just a really rushed deck inspired by Alyssa. It has some quotes from some childhood, non-childhood, but some awesome movies that might be helpful for you guys and inspiring. So let's take a look at what you guys need to hear from your inner child. What does group 3 need to hear from their inner child? We have, it is the quality of one's convictions that determines success, not the number of followers. Remus Lupin, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Yep. So don't focus on numbers, it's the quality. That might be important for what you're going after here. Oh, we have a couple that came out. Okay, you cannot live your life to please others. White Queen, Alice in Wonderland. We also have, if you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take. Alice in Wonderland. You have 2 Alice in Wonderland, so that might be a significant movie, you guys. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Albus Dumbledore, Harry Potter, and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah, let's get you one more. We also have, oh my gosh, I love this. It's up to you how far you'll go. If you don't try, you'll never know. Merlin, the sword and the stone. Exactly. What was I just saying about Merlin and the sword and the stone? Seriously, you might want to watch that. To Infinity and Beyond, Buzz Lightyear, Toy Story. It's the back of your deck, you guys. That's what I'm seeing for you from your inner child. How your inner child sees you guys is absolutely incredible. And just understanding that you are a warrior inside and you wield the sword and you have the power. Like, you literally have the power and you wield that sword. Like, I don't even know how else to say it other than oh, I also want to note that, like, only a true Gryffindor can pull the sword of Gryffindor out of the sorting hat, and I think that you guys can do that. You know, you have two swords coming, and I think that's very significant for you to know. So watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets might be very, very significant, or any Harry Potters, but especially that one. Or like I said, The Last Kingdom, or Game of Thrones might be helpful. Just understanding, like, you are a warrior and you have this ability to make clear-cut decisions, and you wield the power, and you wield this power of yourself and knowing who you are authentically and truthfully in your heart, and just going forward with that truth and authenticity and that power. You got this. You know what I mean? Through every single season, you got this, and there is magic behind everything that you do. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading, group 3. Please go ahead and smash the like button and leave a little doggy emoji in the comments so I know you're from group 3. Don't forget to check out Alyssa's reading on her channel. I will drop the link down below in the description box and in the comments as well. I'll leave a pinned comment. And yes, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I will also be linking my Patreon down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family over there, where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. And yes, thank you, Patreon, for being here, and thank you guys so much for watching and just being a part of the fam, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate you all so much. Love you guys, and I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you are watching this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye! What's up, group 4? If you chose the octopus or this beautiful card, the baby taco, or this beautiful card, welcome. I'm just going to talk a very little bit about who your inner child is, because our main core of this reading is how your inner child sees you, and not so much about who your inner child is, but just so that you can kind of click a little bit. I'm really feeling like your inner child is someone who maybe was about, like, more showing and telling, you know, like more telling than showing, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Am I saying that correctly, Spirit? It's like you were all about the frills and thrills. I don't think I'm saying that correctly. More so, not really, you're about the talk and then the walk. I think that's better. You're more about the talk than the walk. And I don't mean to say that in a way where it makes you feel triggered or anything like that, but I think that, like, what needs to come across here from your inner child is that you were always wanting to do A, B, C, but then there was always something that came up where you couldn't, you know. And I feel like a lot of this had to do with, like, fear, anxiety, holding you back and keeping you kind of stuck in where you are, or not going after certain things, or maybe, you know, you hit a bump in the road and you just didn't go after it, and, like, you inked yourself and you just didn't go again, you know, and you're like, oh no, that's a fail, so you just didn't do it again, you know. Oh no, I can't do that, I don't have enough time, I've got all these other things to take care of, I've got, you know, I've only got 8 arms, I need 9, you know. It's always something, and it's just, I feel like you always felt like you had things to do and you didn't have enough arms to do it, enough time to do it. You were always stuck to something. Something was always keeping you stuck, and keeping you in place, keeping you busy, and keeping you held back. And You always kind of had a way of like maneuvering your way out of things that you really did not want to do or be a part of when it comes to, you know, things that you were not passionate about, or you were not really determined to do, you know. Not to say that you were not ever going through shit, because you definitely did. I feel like you were definitely someone who's been through a lot, because I feel like you have a lot of wisdom, a lot of strength within you, and you're someone who, when you're facing something that you really want, you're so determined and you can do it. You have so much strength and wisdom inside of you that when it's something you really want, you can do it and you are successful at it. You know what I mean? But you're so stubborn at that it has to be something that really lights you up and really makes you feel a certain way and makes you go like, yes, you know. And your inner child is just that stubborn, you know, where you're gonna go and blend into the background until you're ready to show yourself, until you're ready to show yourself to the world and be like, hey, I'm here and I am so proud to show myself and be seen and let you see me for who I am and all the things. And until then, you don't want anyone to see you fail. You don't want anyone to see your mistakes. You don't want anyone to see anything that you might mess up on or not that great at, because I feel like you let pride and ego take over, and that really takes a toll on you. You know, I think that really holds you back and keeps you from trying things, keeps you from growing in ways that you can really grow and exceed and excel in all the ways that you can, because you can be so much stronger than you really are, you know, than what you think you are. And you just kind of keep yourself smaller than what you are meant to be, you know. So let's move more into the deeper parts of it. Before I talk about your card, which by the way is 10, rah rah rah, beautiful. Let's talk about the baby taco octopus. Baby taco, by the way, the taco is octopus in Japanese. This little dude is just making me think about how abundant you guys are going to be. I mean, you guys are wanting so much abundance and manifesting it in. And I feel like, by the way, I didn't coordinate these. I picked out the squishies and I shuffled out the cards, and like it just so happened that this card came out for this particular squishy and it matched. So I thought that was cool. But I didn't specifically pick that card, you know what I mean? Anyway, just had to put that out there. But your squishy is just telling me that you guys are manifesting in quite a bit of abundance. I do think too, though, that you guys may have been either stagnant in these manifestations or just having a difficult time bringing things forward a bit. I think that like we're feeling a little bit, either some of us are having a difficult time focusing on what we want to achieve because we don't really know what it is that we want to go after. Like we need a clear-cut sign as to what am I supposed to do with my life, or you know, we just have a hard time I guess buckling down, if that makes sense, because we have so many tasks that we want to go after. If that, I don't think task is the right word. So many things that we want to do. Like, you know how the octopus has 8 legs? We have like 8 manifestations going at one time, which is not a bad thing, but we can't necessarily dedicate 100% of our time to 8 different things at once, you know? And so it can be a little difficult to achieve certain things in a timely manner if we're spread too thin. So I hope that makes sense. But definitely, yeah, I can see how we get frustrated and burned out really quickly and give up easily if we don't see results, you know? So, yeah, if that resonates. I mean, that's kind of what I'm feeling from just the little octopus dude. coming through here with your card, rah, rah, rah. Look at how beautiful. I mean, she looks like a queen. I mean, yes, look at that. This card really talks about rah, 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 rah. Time to step back into your light, into the light. You know, it's like choosing to trust that things will work out according to a higher and greater divine plan and divine timing, and just that with your best interests at heart. So really trusting in that, and that the universe has your back. You know, acknowledge that what you've gone through without keeping score, and just, you know, being like, okay, well, you know, I've done this and that and this and that, but then the universe also set me back here and here and here, so I'm due this. You know what I mean? So don't keep score like that. That's not how it works, you know. It's unfortunately that's not how it works. And if you keep score that way, you're never gonna feel like you're getting anywhere, and you're always gonna feel like you're owed something, because that's unfortunately that's the lack mindset, you know. We need to start really appreciating things that we have versus looking at like, well, this is what I got given a shitty part, you know. Don't look at things like that. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but we really need to shift that perspective. You know, this is your divine wake-up call, and really just shine with or without others holding your hand or clapping for you. You know, you really need to trust that what you're doing, what you're going after, and trust so much wholeheartedly with or without support from anybody else. Just trust that it's going to happen for you. That's how much you need to trust in it and go for it, you know. So maybe others need to find you, and you know, you need to just go at it in the darkness for a while, go at it by yourself for a bit, and just really trust for, you know, yourself, trust and believe in the process, and just don't go back to being pessimistic just to avoid disappointment in the long run, you know, because that is the darkness tricking you. You know, you need to trust in the light, you know, just because, you know, it's just easier to be like, oh, I'm gonna fail, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not going to succeed at this, no one's going to subscribe to me, let's just say like that, you know, like just to set yourself up for disappointment so you're not as disappointed if it doesn't happen. That's not how it works. You know, don't be glass half empty. Don't be dark and twisty like Meredith Grey. You know, that's how I used to be. That's how I used to think, because like if you expect the worst, then when you get the shitty version, it's not that bad. You know, you're not as disappointed. Or if you get the good thing, then you're excited, you're happy because you expected the worst, you know. That's not how it should be, and that's not how the world works. And I don't want to promote like toxic positivity, but at the same time, like I really did some thinking about like the whole toxic positivity thing, and I was like, there's a fine line between toxic positivity and being positive and like too much of a good thing, yada yada yada. And I get it, but at a certain point I think that hoping for the best is not a bad thing, you know. Hoping for the best and having faith and keeping hope alive and just hoping for the best and looking for the good in everything, I don't think that's a bad thing. I'd rather you do that than look for the shit in everything. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you guys, let's move into your other cards, like, and then I'll explain a little bit more without rambling too much, because I think I rambled really long on that card. Number 47, Grand Cross Provoker. And we also have, oh, okay, let me do math here. 50, 60, 76 Kairos, which is a beautiful card. And, ooh, I love that. Guys, Octopus came out for Octopus. Like, what? This is the second group that happens. Not that you got an octopus for an octopus, but I think the other group had, I don't remember what they had. But they had something that matched. a sword and a sword or something like that. But anyways, it randomly came out that it came out. That's so awesome. 39, you can't find goodness because you lost your heart. Wow. Okay. Wow, guys. Your inner child is just... Where do I want to start? Let's start with Octopus because I think that's cool. Your inner child sees you as reaching and yearning, and you lack a lot of boundaries and direction. You know, you might overshare, you might... I feel like you might be clingy sometimes, you might be needy, you might lack courage, and you might be sneaky, but you're very, very intelligent. You know, you need to be patient and you need to be firm. You know, I think you lack a lot of patience. I don't think you lack a lot of patience. Your inner child thinks you lack a lot of patience. And for your inner child to think you lack a lot of patience, you must be extremely impatient, because your inner child's not that patient, to be honest with you. They need you to see that you are worth the wait, that you are worth being like more structured and more disciplined for this particular thing that you want to go after. And I want to go all over the place, and I think that's the structure wanting to come through. But let's talk here with this Kairos card coming through. This is a mythic creature, right? Kairos is mythical, and it talks about synchronicity and timelessness and just understanding that you are losing track of time, and time is also standing still, right, with this timelessness theme coming through. And so this is you accessing divine timing. And you also need... This card in particular talks about patience and precision and waiting for that inner knowing and alignment to make this decision and take action on something. And so as far as like what that is, it's what you want to do, what you want to go after, and what you are achieving. Moving into that, right? 76 is number 13, condensed. 13 for me is a number of luck, good luck. And everybody perceives that number as different. But for me, that in particular, that number is good luck. That number is incredibly lucky. And not only that, it's divine. It condenses further to number 4, which is all about manifestation, stability, home, things that you want to bring forward in terms of like structure and stability. And then moving more towards here, ground cross provoker. This card in particular is about like, it's about like a big, what is it called? Catalyst that really just brings about movement and change, and it's like giving you this pressure to grow, and it's this will to exceed your limitations. And so there are numerous paths available to you, and it's just about you focusing and organizing yourself and what it is that you want to do. So you need to expect resistance, and you what is it, because there is like this catalyst coming towards you and this provoking of, you know, wanting you to grow and exceed what it is. I don't even know how to say this nicely, like without being confusing. Hold on, let me get my thoughts together. Okay, it's like this huge explosion comes through, right? And you're being challenged to really stick it out and show the universe that this is what you want. Because before, like at the sight of just a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of hardness, you back off and you give up. You're like, oh no, it's too hard. Oh no, it takes up too much of my time. I'm not going to do it. And you just stop doing it. You stop putting effort forward. You stop, you know, dedicating time and willpower towards it, because it's not worth it to you. And this is This is a grand cross provoker coming in to say, hey, if you really want this abundance, if you really want this life of man, of incredibleness that you really have been manifesting, you need to show that it's worth it to you to go through this. Because if you stick this part out, I will bring it. I'll bring you whatever else you need, and I will help you along the way. You know, you need to show that you are being diligent, and it's going to be hard, but it will happen. You know, that you're going to stick it out. Prove to me that you're going to do that, you know. And with this 39, you can't find goodness because you lost your heart. This is about you. Like, stop leaving your heart behind. You know, I think like it's time to go back and heal. You know, I feel like you left your heart, and it's because you felt like you didn't have time to go and do stuff. You always say, I don't have time to do this or that, and like so many people want to touch your heart and get to know you. It's time for you to go back and heal and let it do its thing, so that you can actually do the things that you want to do. You have the Six of Swords coming out here, moving into calmer waters. Go back and get your heart. The water's calm now. It's time to go get it. You also have the Ace of Cups. Whoa. Eight of Cups, as well as, what is this? What is that? What am I supposed to take? Okay, that's too many, so we're just gonna wait and let one distinctive card come out. Got it. How does group 4's inner child see them? There we go. We have the moon reversed. And one more. How is group 4's inner child see them? King of Flowers. Back of your deck. King of Spears. Okay. I love this, guys. Okay, so group 4, this is really like amazing energy that your inner child is saying it's time for you to give yourself some self-love, some self-care, and know that you're transitioning into smoother waters. As long as you give yourself the love that you deserve. See that you are worthy of this life. You know, stick it out. It's time for you to walk away from things that you are no longer serve you, that are no longer part of you, and just understand like it's time for you to shed the things that, you know, you have been under an illusionment of, you know, that you have been kind of delusional of, in terms of like telling yourself one thing and, you know, showing the world the other thing, you know, saying like, oh, it's just this and that. Stop making excuses and actually do the things that you say you're going to do. Cut the bullshit and start doing it. You know, the King of Swords is someone who is unbiased and someone who is honest and true and does the things that he says he's going to do. That's exactly what you need to do. Your inner child is saying that's how they see you, and you need to start living up to that. And you're going to. The King of Wands is also somebody who is a master manifester as well, as like similar to the Queen of Wands in my opinion, and just elevated in the sense that, you know, you attract and you're passionate, and all of the things that you put forward in the world are just driven and passionate and fiery and have so much magnetic energy around it, that is exactly what you are doing. And you are doing so with so much drive and heat behind it because you're passionate and fiery. You have diligence going forward, and it's because you are working hard towards something that you really want to do, and you're putting this Grand Cross Provoker to rest because you're actually doing the things that you say you're going to do because you're passionate about it, and this is something that you really want. You know, you're overcoming this challenge and you're showing the universe that this is what you really want, you know. And your inner child sees you as this person who can overcome anything, who can overcome all of these obstacles, who can be firm, who can be versatile, who can, you know, not back down from a challenge. And if you need to just be that, what is it called? if you need to like have that little escapism with the ink coming out of your body like an octopus, you know, I think that is behind you now. I think now is a time where you really rise up and you use your tentacles and your 8 legs as a power mechanism, as something that really drives you, and you hold it around you and you allow the ink to surround you and to really illuminate you in all that you are, you know, like as opposed to the ink covering you up and hiding you, it's like surrounding you like in this picture and illuminating you, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense in the way that I explained it, but it's just you understanding that you can't be afraid and you can't hide yourself anymore. You need to show yourself to the world and you need to go after the things that you really want unapologetically, one thing at a time, one day at a time. And once you start doing that and having faith in yourself and the things that you want to do, you're going to knock things out of the park, no problem. You know, you can't find goodness because you lost your heart. You're going to go back and get it, no problem. And you're going to start seeing the good. You know, you're going to start seeing that people are not all that bad. Are there bad people in the world? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But you're not going to be able to feel the goodness if you don't feel the bad too, unfortunately. What else does your inner child want you to know? Like, how does your inner child see you? Group 4. Fortune favors the bold. Exactly. Oh my gosh. They see you as someone who can take risks, take chances, and really go after the things that you want. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Stop being afraid. You know, why are you so afraid? The worst thing that can happen is that you grow older and you look back and you're more sad that you didn't go after this. You know, you have Love Garden here. This is amazing because I feel like this is about you growing that life of love and amazingness. You're going to feel all the amazing things, not only love in the things that you are doing, but love for those around you as well. And then you have dimensional shift, which I really like this. I think this is about you shifting your perspective and the way that you see things, the way that you do things. Like that shift in perspective that we were talking about. You may never know. If you keep yourself caged up and locked up, you will never know. You will never see this. And if this is about your free will, right? Like if you don't go after this, you'll never know. So this isn't your inner child telling you that you need to do this or you should do this or whatever, but if you don't, you will never know this. You will never know what lies ahead. And look at these double rainbows. That's incredible. That's coming out. And like, if you don't go after this, you may never know what amazingness lies ahead. It's just incredible that you are able to accomplish all the things. If you don't know, octopus can really, is it octopuses, octopi can, seriously, they can escape from the teeny tiniest hole. Like, escape artists. You guys are incredible. Group 4, just like an octopus. Incredible. Advice and guidance for group 4 from their inner child, please. We have declutter, clean, organize, and prioritize. Simplify your life. Definitely. That might help you to get rid of the old, make space for the new, help you feel more inspired. Gratitude. Remember when you wanted what you have now. Give thanks. Your grateful heart is a magnet for love and abundance. Advice and guidance for group 4, please, from your inner child. Oh, hold on. Pause. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Relax your body. Just breathe slowly, deeply. Exactly. Meditation might be really helpful. Listen more than you speak. Listen to understand, not reply. Listen with empathy, with your whole body. Notice what is not being said. Wow, I really like that, you guys. Notice what is not being said. Be confident. Shine your light. Take up space. You don't need anyone's approval. You deserve to be proud of who you are. Wow, I love that for you guys. Group 4, be proud of who you are. And then lastly, I have this little deck here that I made inspired by Alyssa. I absolutely love her. Not nearly as amazing as hers, but I was short on time, so I did what I could. But these are quotes from movies that might be helpful and inspiring for you. So, what does group 4 need to hear from their inner child? We have, we've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That's who we really are. Sirius Black, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. What does group 4 need to hear? Ooh. Never give up and good luck will find you. Falcor, the never-ending story. Actually, this card reminds me of Falcor. Is that the dragon? Oh my god, I'm terrible. I have no idea. I don't remember anymore. Is that the dragon's name? I want to say it's the dragon's name, but I'm not sure. Sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. Grandmother Willow, Pocahontas. I feel like that card came out quite a bit. Definitely, you guys know this path has not been easy. Your mind is like water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear. Master Oogway, Kung Fu Panda. That card literally came out for every single group. No joke. Let your mind settle. One more. Ooh, nobody but me is going to change my story, Matilda. Guys. The back of your deck says to infinity and beyond, Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. But yes, that is what I'm going to leave your reading, you guys. Your inner child just absolutely adores you and thinks you guys just need to buckle down and go for it. Like, have faith in yourself because you have the ability to do this and you just need to have a little more discipline and go for it. I feel like you've been told this before and you just need to actually follow through and go for it. And it's just about you hearing it a few more times. Maybe this one last time is the time that you need to hear it again and you'll actually go for it and do it. I don't know, but this is totally up to you, your free will. And I feel like you guys have so much ahead of you that you can accomplish and achieve in this amazing life. And so yeah, that is where I'm going to leave your reading group for. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that this was really helpful. Don't forget to check out Alyssa's reading as well. I will drop her link down below. And yeah, don't forget to smash the like button and comment a little octopus down below so I know you guys are from group 4. And yeah, you guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you don't miss a beat. I will also be linking my Patreon down below in case you're interested in joining our magical family over there where we have exclusive content and weekly energy readings not available here on YouTube. And yes, thank you Patreon fam for supporting and being over there. Thank you guys so much for watching and commenting, subscribing. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you all and thank you guys. I hope you guys have a magical day or night whenever you guys are watching and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!